Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My toddler is starting to wake up, so you may hear her in the background. I'm keeping my voice just a little leveled because I'm trying to film this video without having to cut it in half and attend to her. If you're a mom, you do what you gotta do and you work with what you've got. So without further ado, let's get into our monthly empties. Anybody else feel like the month of March is hella long? Like really long? I don't know why. It's not necessarily that February is that much shorter, right? Because technically it's like 3 or 4 days, give or take. For some odd reason, I just feel like March is the longest month of the year. That's how I feel. All right, I digress. Really quick, by the way, I always forget to mention this, but my brother and my sister-in-law recently started their own YouTube channel. So if you're into like RV living and people like, you know, traveling the country, visiting different places with toddlers, okay, and how they make that work, I am going to leave the name of their YouTube channel on the screen below. I will also leave it in the description box below, but it's called Wander by Faith. And if you guys would give them a like and a follow if you enjoy their channel and support them, I would really appreciate it. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. I have a ton of monthly empties for March, so get ready. First thing we're going to talk about is this Drunk Elephant Bee Hydra Intensive Hydration Serum. It has pineapple ceramide and provitamin B5. I actually really like this, and I use this in replacement of a moisturizer. So when I was using this, I was not using any moisturizer at all. For those of you who don't know, I have combination to oily skin, and so this is considered like a very intensive hydrating serum that Drunk Elephant kind of recommends that you use if you're using their retinol, which is very strong. If you know, you know. So they kind of recommend that you use it in conjunction with that. I did use it in conjunction when I was using their retinol, but I only use retinol about half the year. And so I kind of like to use it during the winter months because you cannot use retinol while you are like, you become very sensitive to the sun. You should not have too much sun exposure when you're using retinol the whole nine. So I kind of use it in the winter months because, you know, spring, summer, I want to be in the pool with my baby girl. She loves the water, and I don't have time to be worrying about like getting any kind of spots, or, you know, that I'm wearing retinol and I can't be getting sun. So anyways, the explanation nobody asked for. But this serum was really good, and I actually, when I started using it, I found that it was like just good enough where I didn't have to use a moisturizer. So highly recommend this if you haven't tried it and you would want to use a serum instead of a cream-based moisturizer and you would like to replace that. Highly recommend this. Okay. Oh, and I didn't tell you, it brings 1.69 fluid ounces. It does have a twist up and down top, which I can appreciate because my toddler doesn't know how to open it. Okay. Next up, this was actually part of my project pan. It is my Chanel Vita Lumiere Aqua Foundation. I am the shade B30. This is amazing. This has light to medium coverage. It is buildable. It is scented like most Chanel products are. I love this stuff, okay? This is probably about my 3rd or 4th bottle. I love using this like in the hot weather, on days where I really don't want to wear too much makeup, but I like that I have versatility with this, so I can build this up if I need more coverage. And it has a very natural finish. As somebody with combination oily skin, it gives me the same finish my Merit Complexion stick gives me. It has that very like a natural finish. Your skin soaks it up. It's beautiful. There's a reason why this is a cult favorite. All right, moving right along. I have a fragrance here. This is my Henry Rose Queens and Monsters. This was a gift with purchase. This is a 10 milliliter bottle or a 0.33 fluid ounce bottle. I love this fragrance. This is absolutely delicious. It has notes of violet, jasmine. It's very seductive, mysterious date night scent. I absolutely love this. It's a very unique. Every time I wear it, I get a lot of compliments, and this is gonna be the next bottle I purchase in a full size. I'm trying to get through some fragrances before I make any additional fragrance purchases, because I kind of don't like to have like an overflow of fragrances, especially clean fragrances. Okay, because we all know clean stuff doesn't last as long as the toxic stuff. All right, moving right along. This is an Estee Lauder Micro Essence Skin Activating Treatment Lotion. Kind of like a toner of sorts. I got this with a like Nordstrom purchase. They gave me a ton of like samples, and this was all right. I didn't like that it left my skin tacky. I don't like that feeling in general, and I definitely don't want it, you know, with any kind of like essence either. So this is not something that I would repurchase. I mean, having a sample of it was beneficial because I'd never tried this product before, but not something that I would be repurchasing. It left my skin tacky, and so didn't enjoy that feeling. Oh, this is actually really good. I've mentioned this before. This is a Good Molecules Niacinamide Brightening Toner. It is formulated with niacinamide, vitamin C, arbutin, and licorice root extract. My skin loves licorice root extract. Every time I see that ingredient in a skincare product, I'm like, yes, hi. It brightens and improves the appearance of enlarged pores. I love this toner. This is a 4 fluid ounce. If you guys have not tried Good Molecules, I highly recommend. It's a very affordable brand, very effective. This is definitely gonna be a repurchase for me, and a little bit goes a long way. It's a glass bottle. You can use it day and night. It's not scented, and you have like this little dropper situation here where you can choose to use it with a cotton pad or your hands. I just would pour it directly onto my hands, kind of just shake it, not shake, but just tap the bottle. That's how I would get the drops to come out. I found that if I would shake it, I would get way too much product in my hands. If you're using a cotton ball, then yes, I recommend the shaking mechanism, because you are going to require a little bit more product because the cotton ball does soak up some of that product. All right, moving right along, we have the Claren's lip oil in the color Chocolates. So this was actually not in my project pan for this year, but the reason I used it was because I've been trying to use up my MAC lip liner in the color Spice, and I found that this was just like the perfect color combination. Will not be repurchasing this Claren's lip oil. So this has been reformulated several times, and I like the consistency of the oil. What I don't like is how heavily scented it is, and it has this taste that stays on your lips throughout the duration of when you're using it. I hate lip products that, I don't mind a scent on a lip product, but I don't want to smell it all day. I want it to leave within seconds or minutes, and I definitely don't want to taste it. Oh gosh, this has such a strong taste, and not a pleasant one in my humble opinion. So this is not something that I will be repurchasing. I think that they need to rethink this formulation and make it work better. That's just me. Now, if you're somebody who doesn't mind tasting your lip product, then you're gonna love this. But this was not for me. Okay, Moving right along, we have finally, I used up the Westman Atelier, which is this one, the I Love You mascara. Okay, finally, you guys know I hated this with all of my might. It is absolutely the worst mascara I've ever used. However, her new one called I Want You, that comes in black and in brown, amazing. I love that mascara. This one, I couldn't recommend this to a soul. However, there's a few Mohicans that love this mascara, but this is Flake Central. Flake Central, this clumps. It not only gets on your face, but it gets in my eyes. It's absolutely terrible. But I digress because I have talked so much smack about this mascara. But you know, you're like, Isabel, if you hated it, why did you keep using it? Because I don't like throwing away my money. This was really expensive. All right, moving right along. We have the Aveeno Baby Calming Comfort Lotion. This is in the scent Natural Oatmeal and Lavender. Okay, this was a little surprise for me. So this was actually something that came in a gift set for my daughter. I don't put lotion on my daughter. She doesn't have dry skin, just like mommy. She has, you know, not oily skin, but her skin is just very balanced. It's not dry. And she's at that stage where if I try putting lotion on her, she tries eating it. That's just the name of the game. You know, if you have a toddler, you understand. This is not the stage where you like slather them with anything, because then they just try to eat it. Also, my dog tries to eat it too. I can't put on lotion around my dog. It's like he needs to he's like, let me taste that. It smells good. I wonder, let me just, and then it's a mess. I'm running away from him. I'm trying to swat him. It's fine. Anyways, this was actually a very good lotion. I really enjoyed this. It smelled really nice, very soft. If you're somebody who doesn't like things with too much scent, this has the perfect soft scent. I really enjoyed this lotion, and I feel like I'm gonna have to repurchase another one. It left my skin really soft. However, I do warn you, if you apply too much of this on your legs, it will pill. So just apply a normal amount and you're pretty much good. And doesn't break the bank. I really do enjoy it. I really did enjoy this lotion, especially in the drier months, because it's been pretty cold here in Florida. Next up, we have the YSL Rouge Lip Shine. This is in my project pan. This actually came in a set of a lipstick, 2 lipsticks, and a lip shine. I've used one of the lipsticks already, and I featured that in another monthly empties, but I finally got to use the lip shine. This was actually really nice. I actually really like this product, and that is the color. I found that I liked wearing this alone or with lip liner. It was perfect. I understand why people rave about this lip shine. It's actually really good. Mine, I know this has been reformulated, but mine has a very pleasant, fruity scent. And I think it's a very nice lip shine. You have just the right amount of opacity to be worn alone or with lip liner. It's a very versatile product. The packaging is very weighty, very luxurious, as it should be. This is considered, you know, a luxury beauty brand. But I really did enjoy this lip shine. And I know they just came out with like a whole array of new colors, and I have not dipped my toes in that because I literally have so much lip product that I need to get through some of it before I can even think about purchasing any more lip stuff. Okay, I did pan a eyeshadow palette that I have been using as a filler for several months. This is the mini Wanted palette from Nars. This is what it looks like. It is tiny. But I was actually using this as a filler in conjunction with other eyeshadow palettes. this was okay. I'm really glad that I purchased the mini and not the full size back when this palette was out. I am not a big fan. Nars has a very good matte and satin eyeshadows. I did not enjoy their glittery topper shades. I feel like it flaked. It was kind of messy. It wasn't, you know, we're all used to the Natasha Denona. Natasha Denona raised that bar so high with those kind of eyeshadows that I don't have time for topper shades or sparkly shades that are gonna fall all over my cheek, be messy. No, I need to be able to go in there with my finger or a brush and have that go on without any fallout. And so I'm kind of just gonna stay away from Nars eyeshadow palettes that have those kind of toppery shades because I already know they're not gonna work out for me. But this was a good palette. I really did enjoy this color story and I'm glad I used it up. And I don't think I featured it in my Project Pan for this year, but I had every intention to because I knew this was a palette that I had been using as a filler palette and I knew I was gonna run out of it. For those of you who are new, filler palettes, and what I'm talking about is those palettes that you kind of always use because you want a specific transition shade or you've run out of a bone colored highlight shade for your brow bone that you like, and it's just that tiny palette you go in to use only certain colors or certain shades. That's what I call a filler palette. Okay, next up we have this Lancer Mineral Sun Shield Universal Tint Broad Spectrum SPF 30. Okay, this did not make me break out, but I will not repurchase this because of the smell. The shade of this is kind of like a, kind of looks like a, I wonder if it's gonna come out if I have anything. I don't have anything left in here, but it's kind of like a brown kind of skin tone kind of shade, but it smells like dog kibble. I know, I'm the worst. This was good. I mean, if you don't mind the smell, I highly recommend it. But the smell, it was very off-putting. And for that reason, I'm not gonna repurchase. I also don't like that it kind of has that sunscreen kind of feeling. It's a little thick, it's a little too moisturizing for me, leaves my skin a little too hydrated for my combination oily skin. But honestly, the big no-no for me was the scent. I do not like the scent of this, and for the longest time I couldn't tell what this smelled like. I know it reminded me of something. And we had bought, you know, my dog some fresh food, and I had opened the bag of kibble. That's what it smelled like, fresh dog kibble. It's a no for me, sorry. If you guys like it and this is your holy grail, you do you, okay? I'm not here to deter you. Don't fix it if it ain't broke. That's my motto. All right, next up we have another fragrance empty. This is my Chanel Coco Noir fragrance. This is a staple for me. This is just one of those fragrances like Coco Mademoiselle, Gucci Rush. It's one of those fragrances that will always be in my rotation of fragrances. I find this to be very unique. It is seductive in a subtle way. It has that very like, wow, that's an interesting scent. What are you wearing? It doesn't punch you in the throat, but it's also kind of like, I'm here, you know? I've arrived, but in a very elegant way. This is just a wonderful fragrance. If you haven't tried it, I highly recommend that you do. This is their smallest bottle. It is the 1.2 fluid ounce bottle. I usually, for the past 4 years, I've been purchasing fragrances that I enjoy in a very small version because I do this, you know, I do YouTube, and so I want to review a lot of stuff, and to prevent my fragrances from getting old and stuff like that, I find that getting through the small bottles is a lot more manageable for my lifestyle. Okay, also if you like changing your fragrances a lot, I just go for the small one. I mean, they last a really long time. Okay, next up I have my Chanel long-lasting eyeliner. This is my favorite eyeliner. For those of you who don't know, this has been a holy grail of mine for years and years and years. This is a color called Or Antique, number 48. It is a metallic gold shade. Let me just show you if I have any remnants of this left here. It was beautiful. I actually use this on the waterline. I would use it on my top lash line. Very subtle, very fun. I highly recommend these eyeliners if you haven't tried them. But this was in my project pan for this year, so I'm really excited that I was able to use that up. Next, we have a Westman Atelier Squeaky Clean Liquid Lip Balm. This is in the color Mapouche. Okay, I'm gonna say this just one time. Feel like if you don't know French and English is your only language, I feel like some of the names that the Westman Atelier makeup brand uses for their products, you know, I'm not gonna say it because I don't want this video to be monetized, but I want you to pronounce some of these names in an English accent. And just, I can already hear the comments below. But my friend Maria and I, you know, we don't know French, and sometimes we're like, how are you're gonna need to say that off camera several times before you can say it without laughing or smiling, and you can remain professional. Anyways, I use this squeaky lip balm up. It is a beautiful color. I really like these squeaky lip balms. I don't have every shade, but I do have that vault that's like exclusive to her site and has only limited edition shades. If you guys haven't seen that, I highly recommend you buy them if you love these, because all of those colors don't exist in her actual line. So it is this very light bright pink. It's just this bright pink color, and this is kind of what it looks like in the bottle. So it's a very beautiful, fun shade for the springtime. It is a glass bottle, very luxurious, but I do love these squeaky lip balms, and this is about my second or third tube. But this was definitely my project pan for this year for my clean beauty products. Although, you know what? I will tell you what my only gripe with this is. I wish there was more product in here. I wish this was either like longer so that they can stuff this with more product, but I wish this had more. It is the consistency of this is not a lip gloss, and it's not a lip balm like a stick version. It's just, imagine if a lip balm came in a liquid version. It's very in between. It's not sticky. It's a lip treatment because it's gonna provide you with serious hydration. It's not gonna run. It's not gonna gather into fine lines. But do you see that? It's just shiny enough. It's not as juicy as a lip gloss or lip oil will look. If you haven't tried these, pick one up during the Sephora sale, because I know they're pricey. Next up, we have another hand cream from my favorite brand, L'Occitane. But I didn't like this one. I did not like this scent. This is Verveine. It is a cooling hand cream. Yes, I will give it that. It kind of has a very slight cooling essence, you know, feeling. Okay, I hated this. This did nothing for me. If anything, this dried my hands out even more, which is totally unlike L'Occitane. You guys know that I have been using this brand forever, and I love it because of how hydrating the hand creams are. This was terrible. You know what this felt like? You guys know, like back in the day, well, I feel like it still exists now, but you know when you buy a fragrance and it comes with the hand lotion or the body lotion or whatever, but that body lotion, although it smells really, really good and it's very heavily scented, it doesn't actually provide you with any kind of hydration. If anything, it dries out your skin. That's exactly what you get with this one. So I will never be repurchasing this particular scent. And I think this is probably the only scent in this whole brand that I did not enjoy. So, but I'm glad I tried it though. Now I know. But yeah, that's a no-go for me. It actually just dried out my skin. Okay, moving right along. I used up this Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair Eye Cream. I didn't like this. This was a little sample. Again, came in like a Nordstrom thing. I didn't like this at all. This is for people who really have probably very, very dry skin. This was way too heavy for my eyes and my under eye area. It, even if I applied too little, it was actually so emollient heavy that it would get into my eyes. So this is for those of you who have very, very dry skin. I think you guys are gonna really like this product. And the Estee Lauder Advanced line is a cult favorite. So I just think this was not geared for my particular skin type. So that will not be something I will be repurchasing the full bottle of. Next up, I have the Lip Smackers Lip Balm in the scent Hot Cocoa. I got this as like a whole set. It came in like a Target set that I bought like about 3 years ago. This smells exactly like Hot Cocoa. It smells amazing. I love the Lip Smacker lip balms. They're so fun, they're nostalgic, reminds me of my childhood. They do keep my lips hydrated. I really like them. So, and this was in my, that whole set is in my project pan for this year, because I literally only have like 2 or 3 of these left. It came with like 12. The last and final product that I want to talk about is this Olive and June acetone free nail polish remover pot. It is a 2.4 fluid ounce. Okay, I really like this. As somebody who does their nails every week and I paint them myself every week, this was super nice. It does not dry out my fingers, it does not dry out my nails, but it's effective. I understand why most of us like using 100% acetone. It's because you get your nail polish off in like 3 seconds, especially if you're wearing red, black, you know, those colors that really stain. Blue, those are colors that always leave a stain, remnants around the edges. I get it, I know. I've been doing my own nails for decades, okay? But this is actually really effective. It's one of those where you stick your finger in, and what I love about it is it's acetone free, so it's not super, you know, toxic, and it's effective. But it has this little thing on the top. It has a sponge on the top, and you can use this to remove your nail polish on your toes. Yeah, I know, isn't that awesome? And it's actually really, really good. It works. I just thought, what attention to detail, right? Because I've always thought, why can't we have something like this but for our toes? They had the same notion. I also use it for, let's just say, if I want to use it for my fingers, I'll use like the edge of it to get into any creases maybe I wasn't been able to get off, but I usually can get all of my nail polish off with just dipping my finger in here. It lasts a really long time, and I just think that it is a really, really good nail polish remover if you're looking for something that's not going to completely destroy your skin and dry your nails and your skin out. I highly recommend this Olive and June nail polish remover pot. I usually buy mine at Walmart, and you can sometimes get a deal. I would sign up though for the Olive and June emails, because a lot of the times they run 20% off sales on their site, and that's when you can stock up on stuff like this. Okay, that completes my monthly empties. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, leave them down below, any products I may have mentioned. And that's about it, guys. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I highly recommend that you do. I post a lot of lifestyle and, you know, up close swatches of stuff on my Instagram channel. And that's about it. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time. Bye.